Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Welcome.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're broadcasting from the only place in Decatur where you can make anything from a birdhouse to a photon beam flux capacitor thing. It's the Decatur Makers Hour.
Warm welcome, makers. It's Maureen Haley, Kevin Arne, and Char Miller-King here with the Decatur Makers podcast. Welcome.
Yay.
Welcome. Hi, everyone.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Struggling. Yeah. Good.
Struggling good. I think that might be the subtitle for my autobiography.
I love that we all checked in, and even though we're recording on a Saturday morning, we've all been up and at it. I've already been out with the dog and done some house cleaning, and you guys have been busy too.
Yes, it's chilly but sunny in Atlanta. You just never know what kind of weather you're going to get. I mean, I think it was 70 degrees and snowed all in 1 week.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, every 12 hours it changes 30 degrees. It's amazing.
Yeah, if you don't like the weather in Georgia, just wait 12 hours.
It'll change.
Crisp and cold, but sunny this morning. That's great. Yeah. What else is going on?
So I think we were going to talk about Workbench Con that happened last weekend.
I want to hear all about this.
So both Char and I attended. It was my first time. Char's, third time?
Second.
Second time. And Char was actually one of the speakers, which was a great session. I don't know, Char, do you want to talk about it? You want me to?
I would like for you to share your experience as a first-time attendee. I'd like to know what you thought, how you think it went.
Sure. So, first, some backstory. I am extremely shy. I know it doesn't come across at the makerspace, but I am not outgoing. So I kind of shut down when I'm around a whole bunch of people. And there were 500 people at the conference this year.
Wow, 500. That's a good draw.
Yeah, it was a sizable bunch. So I was kind of quiet. My name tag was relatively successful in starting conversations. So I had my light up name tag and customized it for the Workbench Con. Customized it with the Workbench Con logo.
Nice. You threatened to do that last podcast, I remember.
Yeah, and I totally did that. And I probably had twice as many conversations as I would have had without it.
Cool.
I don't think I realized that it was so... The conference was a lot more focused on wood than I was expecting. So there are a lot of woodworkers and not a whole lot of electronics folks or anything like that. So it was very, very woodworking, a tiny bit of welding as well, but mostly woodworking. So that was kind of just an interesting twist. The sessions were great. Char did a fantastic job in her session on work-life balance. I also sat in on some sessions about just kind of general making a living as a maker sort of things. So one was about developing passive income streams. That was done by Anne of All Trades, which was a really good...
Oh, I watch her videos.
Yeah, she did a really good job with her presentation. Actually, all the sessions I sat in on were fantastic.
What was her topic?
Passive income streams.
What were some of the things that she identified? I came a little late to her session, so I missed the beginning part.
So her big thing was that it's not truly passive income. It's doing a lot of upfront work that then leads to more income, has kind of a longer tail. So she had this comparison between building a table and building a table with passive income streams in mind. So in the second case, she would build a table, but she would also write a magazine article that could double as a blog post if no magazines take it on. So magazine, you can charge money for the copy. She also talked about doing educational content that could live behind a paywall. For example, the Wood Whisperer Guild is a big one where they just have lots of educational content on building things. She could basically drastically increase the amount she was making for making the same table by having these kind of other long tail income streams.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a good talk. Also really like Jonathan Katz-Moses's talk, which was also kind of on diverse income streams. So he talked a lot about selling products, fulfilling products, selling templates, and in addition to producing content, because a lot of the focus of the weekend was just producing content and working with sponsors and stuff like that, basically being advertisers. But he had kind of a very different approach. He was basically advertising for himself, which is interesting to me.
Are you planning to change the way that you do anything? I know you and I have discussed some business ventures that you were interested in. Did that give you any additional insight on moving forward with your plans?
It did. I think the biggest thing that I'm coming away from this with is that I need to be more conscious about developing an audience so that I have a way to direct people towards things that I am producing to sell. So ever since Workbench Con, I've posted on Instagram every day, and I'm hoping to continue that. Stuff like that. So it's not so much what I'm going to do is how I'm going to go about it that has changed.
Good. I'm glad that it was of some benefit to you and you were able to get out of your comfort zone. There was somebody else who attended the conference. I think his name is Rob, and he had posted a YouTube video. He works with the CNC a lot, and the title of his video was like something about my experience and my social anxiety at Workbench Con. And I thought that was really good. A lot of people were very honest about being uncomfortable in situations like that. And I'm pretty sure you guys will like not believe me at all, but I do have social anxiety. And I think I'm also introverted. But the first year, I know I didn't know that many people. But then, of course, over the course of the year, that kind of changed for me because I really got to know a lot of the people.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that the next time I'll probably be a lot more social because I'll know more of the folks. And to me, like, I can be super extroverted as long as I know the people, and as long as like I feel like people know what I'm about, then I don't have any problem being social.
Well, the good news is it is coming back to Atlanta.
Really? Next year?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad they decided to stay in Atlanta.
Well, if it weren't in Atlanta, I don't know that I would go. A lot of people talked about the cost, that it was quite expensive. I think if you missed the early bird ticket sales, they were about $600. Plus hotel, flight, gas, transportation, whatever, food. I mean, they did provide breakfast and lunch. Did you try any of the food they provided there?
Oh yeah, I ate all the food that they provided.
Of course.
I know I'm a picky eater, but you know, the best kind of food is free food.
And it has less calories.
True. So yeah, I'm excited too that it's coming back to Atlanta. I do plan to attend. I don't know if I'll be speaking. Maybe I'll be hosting it.
That'd be cool.
Maybe you'll be hosting. What? Wait, what?
I am totally joking.
Oh, I thought this was your big reveal. Did you guys you had a pre-party or something? Did you have an event that Kevin hosted, or did that happen?
Oh, that was Char that was hosting it.
That Char hosted. Sorry, I thought you guys were. I knew you were involved with it, but I didn't know the specifics. How did that go?
Yes, Kevin was involved. So it was me and 4 or 5 other makers, and we got a bunch of cool giveaways from other makers in the community and some companies, clamps, cutting board oil. Kevin donated one of his rechargeable light up name tags. And I'm not sure that everybody understood the rules about how you could win the prizes. So we ended up just picking 3 people on the last day of the conference that had left their business cards the night of the event. But there was a huge turnout of people there. And I had a great time. I did find Kevin and one of our other Decatur Maker members, George, off to the side, having their own private meetup. So I did spend some time chatting with them, and I was glad that they were there, that there were other people there that I knew, but the meetup had a big turnout, and we are already discussing how to make it even better for next year, getting sponsors and getting food and more bartenders, because there were a lot of complaints about people waiting for food for a long time. So we listened, we heard, and we're going to use every connection and angle we have to make it better for next year.
That's what a opportunity for like local, like Atlanta-based makers to be able to contribute to making that having a year to work on what they could maybe offer to the conference.
Yes, for sure. And maybe next year you would consider coming.
Sure, I'm already considered. I considered this year. My schedule is such that, and I didn't know about it till like a couple weeks before. So now it's on the calendar.
Yay! You have to come.
I'm surprised that Kevin was surprised that it was all about woodwork. Although I understand if you brought the electric badge, you might have had other thoughts in mind.
Well, it wasn't that I was expecting it to be like everything, but I would have thought there would have been like at least a couple of folks that were
right,
kind of Renaissance makers.
Did you find it? Was there anything this year that surprised you, Char? Just completely like, I didn't expect that.
Not really. I mean, I have noticed that the conference has grown. It's doubled in size since its inception. And of course, the space has grown as well. Now, last year I did attend a lot of the sessions, and this year I did not. This year I was more focused on building relationships with key people that were there, as well as reaching out to sponsors, because last year I had no idea what it was. I mean, sort of like Kevin, I maybe was expecting something else last year, but then I knew, okay, you're supposed to bring stickers to swap with all the makers. You are supposed to have a media kit if you're interested in getting sponsorships from the different companies that were there. So I did spend a fair amount of my time talking to people and not so much attending the sessions, which I do wish I had have gone to more, but I think I made a lot of really, really good connections over the weekend. A lot. So many that on the last day, the show director, her name is Kristen, she has her own company, Stockdale Designs, she announced a group of people that would be doing a live event of a show called Make 48. And the show usually is on PBS, and it's about 4 to 6 teams that get together, and they have to create some sort of invention that solves a problem. And they have access to patent attorneys, to engineers, just pretty much everybody in the maker field that can give them insight and information, and every tool that you could imagine is there. They have the 3D printers and the welding, etc. So there's a show in Vegas called the National Hardware Show. There's about 20,000 attendees that go to this show every year.
Oh, that's big.
And during the National Hardware Show, Popular Mechanics is going to be filming Make 48, and it'll be live. And there will be, I think, 5 people who will be leading teams of other people that are making something for this show. And I think it started out as there would be 5 influencers, and now I think it may transition to no, you're actually going to be making something. So I am one of those 5 people.
Oh,
congratulations!
That is so cool.
Yes, I'm really excited, and a lot of people say, well, you don't sound excited. And I say, it is such an overwhelming opportunity that it's almost like difficult to process that's happening. So some of the people who may be listening to our podcast, they may be familiar with some of the names: Jimmy DiResta, Anna White, April Wilkerson, Ben Ueda, and Chris Salome. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his last name. Four Eyes Furniture. Salamone. I I'm pretty sure everybody has seen his video. One of his most popular videos is the one where he melts crayons with a heat gun and pours them into a table and then pours epoxy on top. It's a really popular video. So I will be one of the people doing that. This is the first week in May. Yes, for the record, I am nervous.
May of this year? Like
May of this year.
A couple months?
In a couple months.
Oh, I wish our podcast listeners could see the smile on your face when you talk about it. You just look delighted.
And the look of fear.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I mean, if you think about it, last year I was this, as far as the world of social media and who I'm connected to, basically unknown and still unknown. I mean, compared to these other people, they have a much larger audience. But then I have to take a couple of things into account. They have been doing this on a larger scale way longer than me. I was a hobbyist for a long time. They don't have children. Chris does. I think he has one child. They don't have children. I have 4. So I can't compare my skill level or my time to theirs. But all I know is I have 3 months to get as much information and skill as I possibly can so that I can compete on their level. And I'm okay with that. It's a wonderful opportunity, and I want to make the most of it. So I've already requested Kevin's assistance.
Happy to help.
And Maureen, I'm going to need yours too.
I'm happy to assist, but I'm thinking some of our Decatur Maker improv people will also be a good resource for you. Just the the performance celebrity aspect of your new status.
Still the same Char.
Still the same Char. Well, when you were talking about the describing sort of the makeup of their project, it made me think of the Make It Up improv show that you were part of last year. Like you have some experience.
You're right. I forgot about that. And as luck would have it, the taping of Make 48 is happening on the same day as Make It Up for us in Atlanta. Oh. And I had to make a decision.
Oh, a decision.
That was tough. Do I want to go to the improv show or do I want to go to Vegas?
Measure twice. Cut one.
I know, because I don't want to abandon my people. Decatur Makers is my tribe. That's my original tribe. But will I ever get this opportunity again? Maybe.
Well, it's like we're sending a delegate into the stars, and you could report back for future improv. Bring that experience back to the community. I'm assuming that was your choice.
That was my choice. No love lost, though. Just for the record.
That's sure definitely the right choice.
Lost. Yeah, I'm sure there's no love lost on the other end either. I mean, that's exciting.
It is exciting. So I will keep you all posted. I will keep our listeners posted on what's happening with that. Stay tuned for more details. They're coming through daily.
Congratulations. I don't know what else to say except, yeah, make sure we have all the dates and times and airings and how to stream it and keep us updated.
I certainly will.
And the Wood Maven on Instagram, or is it Wood Maven or the Wood Maven?
Wooden Maven.
Wooden Maven. If all of our listeners have congratulations or tips or help to send, they can send it to that. It's on Instagram, right? They can contact you on Instagram.
That's right.
Do we hold all our other maker goodness for another podcast?
Yes.
We'll hold it in safekeeping. Well, good. Well, let's sign off then. Hey, this is Maureen Haley.
This is Kevin Arne.
Char Miller-King.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.